Me versus you and you know they picking. Cheap and expensive, you know the difference. You know that it's hitting, you know what it's giving. Hair, nails, bare. I can survive in the coldest conditions. Hoes very low, they told me they spinning. This is wash, soap in the dishes.
Welcome to the channel, Showtime with Jazz. This is the very first video on our channel, and we're gonna be tuning into the everlasting drama between Brenay Kennard, Tim Montague, Akira Montague, and Devin Mayo. I know at this very moment, Brenay is a Montague, but to keep any confusion down, I would just be calling her by her maiden name. This drama has been taking over the TikTok streets for about 2 years-ish, but the affair had been going on for like 3 years. Everybody just started putting two and two together and then watching everything unfold. With that being said, grab your wine, grab your juice, grab your water, or whatever you're gonna be drinking and sipping on, and let's tune into this tea. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn your post notifications so you can notify when I upload for you guys. Follow me on all of my social medias. They will be linked in the description or down below. Don't forget to hype up this video so YouTube can push out the content. Let's just hop up into this drama. I know y'all probably wondering, who are these people if you've been living under a rock? The main source of how we found out about everything is Brenay Kennard. She's basically not the mastermind, but the focal point of everything. Brenay Kennard is a 27-year-old TikToker with almost 3 million followers. Got popular for her very long, extravagant junk nails. She used to be a very long naily girl. She would do her own nails, so a lot of people gravitated towards her when she was putting out nail videos. And then she also would do mukbangs, days in the life. But another thing, when you see Brenay, you see her huge bosom. Now, we did get introduced to her twin sister, Corinne, when she started making content. And at one point in time, Brenay would do hair videos. As time went on, she stopped doing them. She also presented to be a God-fearing woman who didn't curse, who didn't drink, who didn't do a lot of things, only listen to gospel music. Now, when she first got on these TikTok streets in 2021, Brenay set up a GoFundMe to get a breast reduction. And she was, you know, we as women know, the bigger the breast, a lot of problems come with it. She promoted it on her TikTok.
Hi, my babies. The GoFundMe is in my bio right now. I don't need any negative comments. Y'all don't worry about how I look right now. I don't need any negative comments. If you want to donate, go right ahead. Everything is explained in this GoFundMe. Link in bio. I go to my first appointment for my what is it called again, babe? Consultation December 1st. So we'll be there November 30th. So yeah, guys, I'm super excited. I will be getting live in a few minutes. Probably while I'm eating my salad. So yeah, go ahead and go do what y'all need to do. It's link in bio.
And first time she presented it, it was presented as if whatever money raised would go towards the breast reduction. But later on down the line, she claimed that it was only for expenses and fees once she got called out on never getting the surgery.
The total amount that I raised for the GoFundMe, and it was for the expenses of the surgery and the travels and all that. It was not for the surgery alone.
She ended up raising about $30,000 in donations to get the breast reduction. She told us that her consultation was on December 1st of 2021. We never got an update. Eventually, time goes by. People are asking what happened to the GoFundMe, where's the money, why didn't you get the surgery? She prolonged it as long as she could, and then eventually she took to a live in 2022. She explained why she never got the surgery.
Initial plan was for me to go up there, get consultation, stuff like that. And yeah, and I think that was last year in December. So they called me before the appointment and they told me that the doctor's not going to be in. Woo. So pretty much we canceled our flight. So then I reached out to him, I think sometime this year. Yeah, I DM'd him sometime this year or whatever, and he never responded to me.
Her first claim, mind you, she goes on live a couple times. She answers questions about this a couple times, and the story is like always different. First story she told us was the doctor office ended up calling her right before her surgery and told her that they had to cancel the appointment, not reschedule it, cancel the appointment altogether, and they never reached back out to her to reschedule it. I believe she said she was going to Dr. Miami. She tried reaching out to him. He never replied back.
They would not schedule me any appointment. No doctor was in when I was supposed to get it done. And I have not heard from Dr. Miami. I have not heard from him.
Word on the street at that time was Dr. Miami was supposed to do her breast reduction for free. You know, Dr. Miami do content. Since she is a content creator, he would have probably done it for free, and he would be able to post unlimited content based around her and her bosom. Time goes by and people are still asking about it because that's not a good reason, or people just didn't hear the first excuse because she did go on TikTok live. So people still are asking about it, and then the more they asked about it, she started being very rude to her supporters. She was telling them, if you donated, go get your money back. If you didn't donate, then just shut up.
Call it what you want. You can't be mad because you donated to something, and I explained the video back then, a long time ago, why I didn't do it, and y'all still feel the need. You took people money. I explained to y'all what happened, so call me what you want, bro. I don't care. Call it what you want. Don't be, if you ain't donate, shut up. How about that? And if you did donate, go refund it. Simple. Simple as can be. Anywho, mad, angry. I'm not angry. It's just y'all be saying some stupid stuff on the internet. I'm finna dispute off my card. Congratulations, do it. Do it.
They can't get their money back because the GoFundMe was shut down at that point. So you're telling them to get money back that they can't get back. And I'm surprised nobody tried to sue her when everything hit the fan with this scandal. In 2025, which was recently, that was last year, somebody asked on her Snapchat, like, what made her change her mind about getting the surgery? She said that if she was to get the surgery, she would have to get a nipple reconstruction. She didn't want to do that because if and when she had kids, she wanted to be able to breastfeed them, and I guess in her mind you can't breastfeed. Actually, let's look that up. It says most mothers who have breast or nipple surgery can produce some milk but may not produce a full milk supply. Women without a full milk supply can still breastfeed, however they need to supplement their breast milk with infant formula. You can, but it depends on if you produce enough milk or not. I don't know exactly when this live was, but Black Goddess was on live, and one of Brenay's cousins came on the live and was like, yeah, she did scam y'all out of that money for the breast reduction. She knew she couldn't get the surgery because in order to get that surgery, she had to lose a certain amount of weight. She didn't want to lose that weight, so that's why the appointment was canceled.
She really wanted to have a breast reduction, and she wanted to do like surgery where like she get her weight gone, but because she's a pre-diabetic, like her doctor told her, like they don't want her to have that type of surgery and lose too much of blood.
Which makes more sense than them just canceling the appointment, never rescheduling it. It's probably because she was supposed to lose a set amount of weight. She didn't lose that set amount of weight, so they just canceled everything all together. I'm gonna give you guys a backstory about the main characters. I'm calling them characters like this is a story, but the main people who this scandal revolved around. We have Brenay, Tim, Devin, and Akira, but right now I'm gonna talk about Brenay, Tim, and Devin because this is like a core of how everybody knew each other. They all went to high school together, but Devin and Tim are cousins, even though at one point in time we were told they were cousins by Brenay and Devin, and then later on down the line when she got with Tim, she said that they're not cousins because they don't even have the same last name.
Be nice. I'm finding it.
I will say that Brenay tells two different stories depending on the man she was with. So the story she told us when she was with Devin was on her YouTube channel, and it was how we met. That video is no longer on her channel. Anything really pertaining to Devin and Akira in it is no longer on her channel. Devin asked Tim to get Brenay's number because he was shy. Tim got the number and he told Devin that basically Brenay wasn't interested and he kept the number for himself.
Then his cousin, I'm not gonna name him. His cousin, we're gonna call him Doodoo Head. His cousin Doodoo Head had walked up to me and was like, basically asking for my number for him, like starting a conversation. I was like, okay, I'll give him my number, whatever. I wasn't thinking anything of it, like, you know. So come to find out, Doodoo Head was being a Doodoo Head, and he told him that I made the initiation of starting to talk to him first, not Devin, but Doodoo Head. So me and Doodoo Head got together. We dated for like a year, some change or whatever.
Brenay and Tim started texting, talking, and eventually they became a couple. They dated for a year or so. They broke up. Also in this video, she wanted Devin to tell the audience so bad how bad she hurt him.
The whole time, babe, tell him how you felt about it though. He was really hurt, guys. I really hurt my man.
I felt hurt.
Stop lying. Really? You gonna lie like that? So it's okay for you to expose me. As soon as I tell your real truth, you gonna deny it. No, you need to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Go ahead, tell them.
My feelings gonna really get hurt.
Lying. This nigga was in his feelings because every time we talk about it, he talking about some, see, you left me for doodoo head. See, you got with doodoo head before you got with me. Now look at you, like, boy.
Why? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Since she was so brokenhearted that Tim did her so wrong, she ended up moving churches and trying to get away from Tim. Obviously, that didn't work because she's with Tim at this very moment. Now, the second story her and Tim told us, which I don't even think this video is on the page. It's probably on a couple's page, actually. Let me go see if it's on a couple's page. I guess they took all that stuff down. So they did a video. They kind of tell the same story, kind of, sort of, but Tim said that Brenay ended up texting him and running game on him. He fell for it. They ended up getting together.
Guys, we're gonna do first class Brenay. So we're gonna do a story time. What group baby say? It's story time with the Grip Town family. I'll say the Grip Town family. I love her. Anyway, okay, so it's a story time. Pretty much how we got together when we were young. Because we're still young. We're 26, but well, I'm 26. He's 27. Gosh, Lee.
Okay.
Granddaddy. Oh man, I'm out here. It's old as heck. But anyway, so we're gonna do a story time. Back to the topic at hand. So yeah, pretty much we was at church. I'm sorry, you want to get into it? Okay, my bad. We was at church one day, and then it was after church. My mother probably went to like the little city store that was in the back of the church. Bookstore, whatever it was. Bookstore, city store. We always went to go get a CD or a book out of there. And by the way, this is what we drinking on. And we eating some. Oh my gosh, hold on. So yeah, what I can remember was the bookstore. He walked up to me, right? How it all started. Pretty much like, hey, can I get your number? I'm like, no, but you can get my Kik. And I know Kik was popping. And I wasn't saying no to him. I didn't want to have my number. It was mainly because I had Android, and at that time,
I didn't have no phone then.
Right. I didn't know, so I just wrote my Kik down on like a sheet of paper or something, and he just took it, right? But then I guess later that night, I don't know if it was later that night or...
I'll take here. So we proceeded our conversations.
Oh gosh.
And she spit game, and she pulled me, bro.
What did I say?
She pulled me. She said, I was talking about whatever. And she was like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about me and you. I'm like, bet.
Crabbies.
Hold on now.
Stop.
So she hit me with that. I was probably like, I think I was 15.
I was 14. I couldn't have by the way, y'all, I couldn't have a boyfriend until I was 15 years old. My mother made that very evident, very clear. I mean, crystal. So it was just pretty much like, oh, you want to date my daughter? You have to wait till her birthday. So guess what he did? He literally waited till 12/31, because that's my birthday, to ask me out. Will you be my girlfriend? Yes, I'll be your girlfriend.
So yeah, so her mama was going for it, bro.
Yes, I'll be your girl.
She was blocking.
And in this video, we found out that the reason why they broke up was because Tim's dad did not like Brenay or Brenay's twin sister Corinne, is because they were known around town as the fast little girls who be giving up the sloppy and be giving it up. So he didn't want his son associated with that, because I believe Tim's dad is a pastor.
Kind of like a bad part of our relationship was that on my part, not me directly, but to be completely honest, my dad ain't never cared too much for her. Why? I don't know. He ain't never been too fond of her. But everybody else like always loved Brenay. Like that honestly like took a toll. You know what I'm saying? Being young and no influence, because you respect your parents, you respect how they feel. You know, it's hard. It would be very hard to having to try to sneak and all that stuff. Like it just became too much. So at one point, like I guess he gave me, I can't even say option for real, like ultimatum, whatever you want to call it. He just like cut it ASAP, and I tried my best to hold on as long as I could.
And I didn't
The
even
main reason Tim's dad did not like Brenay, it came out in court that allegedly Brenay got pregnant in high school when her and Tim was dating. They made her get an abortion, and after that, that's when he made him break up with Brenay.
He didn't want his son around that. So at the height of the scandal, people went back to Brenay's old Twitter. It was a lot of collages of her and Tim.
This is Brenay's old Twitter. It's still very much up. Obviously, she had to get locked out of it or something. So you can go search for it yourself. But these are just some of the tweets she had posted. Videos of her and Tim together. The background is just a collage of her and Tim together, loving, kissing, and hugging on each other.
Her professing her love for Tim, her and her sister getting into it, her telling the world that her and her sister always fighting over boys and girls, and how the people just be laughing at them because they're sisters and they be fighting over people. Another thing that Brenay said, Akira also went to this school, but Akira did not like Brenay or her sister, and she was hating on them. She didn't really give a reason as to why Akira was hating on them, but she said that Akira was. Akira never came out to confirm nor deny that she went to school with them or ever knew them before she got introduced to Brenay. Like I said, everybody went their separate ways. In 2018, Devin and Brenay ended up rekindling. They started dating.
Fast forward to 2018. Oh, dude came back in the picture. They came back in the picture. I think it was probably either 2018, yeah. But then 2019. Okay, 2018 came back in the picture. Then 2019 was real serious. And yeah, y'all, he said I played the whole time. Let me tell you, I guess. How was I playing with you?
How you going on and off from you? All close to me and all that next day you sitting near me.
Because I was having mixed emotions. And plus, I went through a lot of stuff before all of that. Like from 2014 to 2018, I went through a lot. and I don't, really want to talk about that, but I'm going through a lot, so I've been hurt. I do hate. You hurt me, and a couple of other people hurt me. So what do you expect? I'm not going to just get all my eggs in one basket and expect things to work. No, baby, I'm putting one egg. He did not open up to me. He barely spoke. He barely said anything. But it doesn't matter. If you're going to try to be with somebody, you're going to not 100% open up, but you're going to at least communicate.
And the reason why he ended up spinning the block was because Tim told him that he could get a quick nut off of Brenay. That came out in court, y'all. That's literally what Devin testified in court. That's why he ended up spinning the block in 2018 on Brenay. He fell in love. They ended up getting married in May of 2021. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit of Brenay and Devin's relationship, because these two relationships, Tim and Nakira's and Brenay and Devin's relationships, are the focal points of how everything just crashed and burned. When Brenay first started posting Devin, it definitely gave an awkward but loving couple type of vibe. You could tell he was camera shy. He really didn't like being on camera. But we know how the internet is. If your boyfriend or husband or partner doesn't smile for all of the 0.2 seconds they are on the screen, they're gonna start making assumptions that your partner doesn't love you, your partner doesn't like you, they're flat out with you, you're annoying. Like, y'all know how the internet do. They say a lot of speculatory things. And Devin and Brenay's relationship was no different. People mostly said that he looked miserable around Brenay every time she put the camera on him. And I believe that they ended up coming on TikTok and was like, hey, he's just camera shy. He doesn't really like being on camera. That is very understandable, because a lot of people don't want a camera in their face. I have to say this part because the way she talked about this man later on down the line, because he stood up for himself, is diabolical. So she was actively documenting her infertility journey. She was taking a lot of supplements, trying to get pregnant. She was also having Devin take these supplements so they can get her fertility right and they can try for a baby.
Hi y'all. So I guess I am ovulating. I'm ovulating. I'm so excited. What if I'm already pregnant and stuff? Is it safe to still take it, or is this getting darker? Cause look at them. Is this one getting darker? Some people saying, why are you taking it if you don't have any complications? Simply because I want to boost my chances. And I'm gonna drink this high today. These have been my results for the last couple days. I'm ovulating, but not like 100%, if that makes sense.
Obviously, they was actively trying for the baby while they were taking these supplements, but that's the whole point. She was documenting every little thing. And she told us that she had PCOS. She got diagnosed with it. PCOS is a hormonal disorder, so it does cause infertility with a bunch of other things. If you don't have PCOS and you want to look further into it, I would put like a little screen grab of it on the screen so you guys can get a gist of it. But if you want to do further research on your own, you could definitely do that. So now we're about to talk about Tim and Akira's relationship. We found out a lot about their relationship from court documents and people in court. From Akira's point of view, they were in a loving and happy marriage. Even though he did cheat before, they had reconciled and worked their way back to being in love and happy. They do have 2 beautiful kids together, and she thought that it was the picture perfect family. The only problems that they had was financial problems. That's because she was working, Tim wasn't working. He was trying to get to the NFL so he can live out his NFL dream.
Now, I don't know who the heck told Tim with these stats that he was going to be able to make it to the NFL and play professional football. Me not even knowing anything about football, I know that these stats suck.
That's how Akira seen their relationship. From Tim's point of view, he was never in love with her. He was forced to marry her because Akira was living with roommates. He ended up moving in with her and her roommates, and something happened where they had to immediately move out and find somewhere to go while he got his living situation together. They didn't want to be apart because they were dating at this time. This is in 2018. So as they were calling around, people were giving them the runaround. Eventually they called his parents, and his parents was like, yeah, y'all can live with us, but in order to live with us rent free, they have to get married within 90 days. So Tim decided, hey, I want to be able to live with my parents rent free, so I'm gonna marry this woman I don't love in order to stay rent free. Does that sound like a man to you, or does that sound like a bum? If you said bum, then that is completely right, because that's what bums do. They use people to get what they want. He claimed that it was really never no love in the relationship or the marriage. They were really just roommates. how you're roommates with somebody and you have not one but 2 kids with them. You did get her pregnant a 3rd time. Unfortunately, she did have a miscarriage. I know you could get somebody pregnant and not love them, but you don't stay married to somebody for 5 years and never love them. Also, Tim is claiming that Akira made it seem like she didn't have nowhere to go. It was just her and her mom down here, and her mom's house was full because she had foster kids, and Akira didn't want to go back because she didn't have a real true place to stay. That's what he's telling the world now. My whole thing is you shouldn't be marrying people out of convenience to live in your parents' house rent free. Now, when Tim was off to college playing football, Akira was back at home taking care of their kids, working her 2 jobs at the time, taking care of their household. And while they were separate, he was living in college dorms. He ended up cheating on her, and she found out about it, and they decided to reconcile and stay together and work on their marriage. And then from that point forward, she thought that it was a loving marriage, and the only problems they had was financial. That's what he made it seem like, and that's what she thought. Akira and her family has gifted this man 2 different cars. Akira got him one, and then her family also got him one. Her family helped her because she was going in debt by being with this man because she was paying all of the bills and he wasn't working. Even when he finished college, he wasn't working. He was basically a stay-at-home dad, and she did all of this because she wanted to support her husband so he will be able to try to get to the NFL and try to live out his dreams of being a professional football player.
Now, at the height of everything, Brenay did take to TikTok live and basically was trying to make Akira out to be a bad person because she was supporting her husband and wanted him to make it to the NFL so she didn't have to work anymore and she could be a stay-at-home mom while he lives out his dreams. And then the crazy thing is also Brenay did the same thing when she was with Devon because she thought he was going to make it to the NFL as well. So her being mad at Akira for wanting her man to make it to the NFL when she also wanted her man to make it to the NFL is just crazy.
I have a twin sister. I have a boyfriend, of course y'all know that. He's in college, but he's going to be in the NFL one day. So I want y'all to always remember the last name Mayo, because that's going to be my last name too.
Barely got a job, trying to reach and do whatever they can to get some extra bread.
Who wanted her ex-husband to go to the NFL so bad so she could stay at home and do what? Kick her feet up, remember? Oh.
Now, I will go back and talk about that infidelity later because I will have to break down as to why she didn't sue that girl but is now suing Brenay. We got introduced to Tim and Akira on Brenay's TikTok. They would do double dates. They would hang out with each other.
So then we got to the house. Y'all was chilling. I was trying to cover his belly because, yeah. Then we played a little game, like we had a little game night, whatever, as we always do as couples do, you know what I'm saying? We was chilling, we was having fun, you know, and then that next morning we did go to Waffle House. I told y'all we eating out. My back gonna be big. It's gonna stay big. So we went to Waffle House. I haven't been to Waffle House in a minute. And then after I've been there to Wilson to go to Waffle House, I've been loving Waffle House. Okay, so yeah, hash brown bowl, but of course for the waffle. You can't go to Waffle House without waffle. My breast was literally sitting on the table. Don't do too much. But anyway,
they would spend a lot of time with each other as married couples. Then it got to the point where we would see Brenay and Akira hanging out together, and they would call each other best friends.
Get ready with me to go to brunch with my best friend and her husband, and yeah.
They would go shopping together. They would do a lot of things together. Now, one video surfaced where it was Brenay and Akira in the car. Akira was driving, and you know, she was talking about the car a little bit, and she was like, oh, that's why Tim took it off of the eco mode so he could drive very fast. And she was like, yeah, I don't really drive much. And so Brenay was like, oh, you don't really drive? She's like, yeah, I don't. And she's like, well, I drive all the time.
no, because of her. It's her fault.
I don't drive no more, so it's weird.
Really? You can see me driving.
Yeah, I don't drive no more.
I drive all the time.
We started seeing less and less of Akira and Devin and more of Tim. Also, we did see Tim and Akira's kids a lot when they were all hanging out as couples over at Tim and Akira's marital home, but I'm not going to show their faces. Not really going to mention them just because they're minors and they have been talked about enough and been shown enough just based off of Brenay's page. She definitely does a lot of things to get under Akira's skin by mentioning her kids, giving them nicknames, showing them sometimes.
No, his baby.
My youngest picked this out. And I'm telling y'all, yeah.
Princess picked it up. I was like, oh, that is smells so good. And I just kind of brushed it off. But then I was like, that one that she picked up smells good. You chose that.
And you can't say brush it off anyway.
No, I brushed it off like, yeah, it smells good.
Nah, this is why though, because she was picking up every single one.
Ooh, daddy, smell this.
And I'm like, okay, you know.
Exactly.
You know how you gotta do with kids sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I smell it. You only smell it. Yeah, I smell it, yeah.
I smelled it. And I was like,
I smelled it too. I was like, that's not bad. This smells like,
yeah.
This smells good.
It do. I know it smells clean.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Okay, mama. Look, that I can't even get it out. Ooh, never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I was about to say, now she got a nose for scent, but then she picked up something. I was like, ooh, I like it. But I was like, She was like, it's steak dude. I'm like, why you said that? Like, be for real. Just sorry for the little rant.
So the main video that surfaced that had people questioning, hey, we think Brenay and Tim might have something going on. It was the hibachi video at Tim and Akira's marital home. Brenay was helping Tim cook. We did see Akira in the video here and there, but she was mostly being blocked. Devin, we didn't even know that he was there until the very end. It was a lot of weird, subtle flirting going on in the video. I think High School by Nicki Minaj was playing, and Tim was like, oh, I don't think this is an appropriate song to be playing. After that video got posted, people starting to keep an eye on this whole Tim and Brenay situation, because it was getting to the point where it's like, we don't know if y'all got something going on, but it's giving that y'all got something going on. One day, Brenay gets on TikTok and announces to us that she and Devin are now divorced.
Well, hello. Happy Black History Month. New month, new blessings, new everything, okay? New everything. I just have a life update. I feel like a lot of you guys kind of figured it out in the comments. Y'all, ooh, child, y'all do too much. God, somebody got to be more careful. I should not be coming on the internet with my hair look like this, but I literally been looking crazy for the past month, literally. And it's okay. But yeah, for all who don't know, me and Devin are divorced. I know, probably like, y'all like, oh, I'm not shocked. It doesn't faze me, the whole nine. I get it.
In the video, you could tell she was like happy, she was smiling, she was just giddy and in a good mood. It don't look like a woman who has been with her man since 2018, got married in 2021. She didn't look sad, she didn't look upset, she didn't look frustrated, she didn't look anything. Like, she looked happy to be out of that relationship. She was even in the video cracking jokes. So she ended up doing a move out series. It was her, Tim, and Devin. Tim and Devin was helping her move. In these videos, she was being very rude to Devin. She was taking almost everything out the house.
I know it seemed like, dang, what Devin gonna take? I'm kidding, but yeah.
Even at one point, she had showed a cup. It was a customized cup with their pictures and basically their anniversary date on it. And she was like, oops, like, we're gonna throw that away.
I just want to say today's day one of packing this place up. Okay, I look like yesterday. Yeah, just please. Okay. So I have cabinets. Y'all know I have cabinets, but I know down there too. Let me show y'all like a lot of the stuff. Like, I know for sure the wine glasses and the glasses and some of the mugs that come with me. I know that for sure. Ski. Then of course all of these are my cups, y'all. So these are going. Let me stop being petty. I'm just kidding, y'all.
She was just being very, very shady towards Devin in their whole relationship. Now, when Tim came around, it was a whole different vibe. She was happy. She was very attentive to him, giving him attention. In the mirror, Tim was walking like past or walking up to the mirror. Devin was walking past and she was twerking in front of Akira's husband. She even showed where Devin was sleeping at, because I guess it had got so bad that she didn't even want to sleep in the same room with him, sleep in the same bed with him. She didn't give him the couch. She gave him a damn air mattress in her beauty room.
Today is day 4, I believe. I'm on my hair, y'all. Wow, night. Today is day 4 of me packing, and we're gonna go in my bathroom because we gotta get that together. I just woke up not too long ago. I can say not too long ago because I honestly been up since 6 o'clock, but I just got out of bed not too long ago and came to my beauty room. Well, my ex beauty room. There's no more grass wall, but it's okay. It's gonna be in my place. Anywho, this is where your friend has been at. Let me stop because it's not funny. He about to move to his crib, so you know what I'm saying? But it looks terrible. It looks atrocious.
Was Akira ever present throughout this move out series? Hell no. Akira was nowhere to be found. She did ended up posting a video, which was a part of the move out series, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get ready to go to my nephew's basketball game. She left happy. She got back on camera. She was like, hey y'all, everything went wrong. So I'm just gonna pack tomorrow.
But I am gonna start packing when I get home. I am gonna go to Wilson to go see my nephew play. So excited. So yeah. And then I'm gonna come back and then we're gonna get the packing. All right. I see y'all when I get back. Things went full turn. It is currently 9:38. Did not come on back, so I'll see y'all tomorrow in a real kind of like packing thing, or I'm gonna probably be moving stuff to my car because I'm gonna go down there because like I said, it's like an hour-ish. There's an hour and a couple minutes or whatever to my new place. So good night. I love y'all. I'm sorry I left y'all hanging, but things just went left.
They even had Devin riding in the back seat while her and Tim was in the front seat. I'm gonna say this now. Brenay said the reason why Tim was in a lot of her videos was because he was her social media manager.
I was weak in this store. Y'all go hear. I'm gonna leave in some audio so y'all can hear how weak I was. But that strawberry one smells so good. Then I went to the perfume section. Y'all already know I had to re-up on some of my perfumes. And then I was just smelling them. I used to use Versace Break Crystal, whatever, but I don't know why I stopped using it. Maybe because I just ran out. I'm gonna get some more though. But yeah. What was I gonna say? We were just smelling stuff. So yeah, y'all, I don't know what else to say to y'all because y'all just gonna watch and just see what we doing. We just in here smelling stuff. And I just wanted to film because I haven't been filming, I haven't been posting, I just been MIA, okay? Things has been going on in my life. And you'll see when the time comes. But what was I gonna say? I was weak, y'all. I couldn't stop laughing. But hear me. Just hear me when I tell you I was dying laughing. Then, of course, we went back to Target, y'all. Back to Target. I just can't stay out of Target. I don't even know why we went in there. I think for like cleaning products. We went in there for, I needed some, I think, was it night clothes? I can't remember.
That's why they was always by themselves. I don't really know too many social media managers that are like in the forefront, but I guess. Now, it was also one live. I believe this is when Brenay and Devin were still together. I know it's for sure at their house. Tim and Brenay were on live, and in the comments, they were saying that they were flirting with each other, and Brenay decides gonna read the comments talking about something. Ain't nobody flirting, and they talking about we're flirting, Tim. And so Tim comes in the camera, read the comments. It was like, oh, ain't nobody flirting with her. People was like, oh, where is Devin? She was like, oh, he's just walking through the door right now. She was so excited that people were catching on to them flirting. When she announced that, obviously.
Alright, so it might seem like I'm jumping all over the place, but at first I was talking about Brenay announcing her divorce. And after she announced her divorce, she went on this journey of documenting everything with her and Tim, her moving out series, all of that. So all of that happened, and I feel like Devin started to receive backlash because obviously she's the woman, and us as a society, we typically take the woman's side first before hearing the whole story.
Devin probably received backlash about it, and so Devin decided to come out and tell his side of the story. Now, I am going to be reading from this word because he did a video. I think it was like a 10-minute video. I'm going to give you guys a synopsis, and also my opinion is within the synopsis. From Devin's point of view, their original separation was so they could spend time apart, so they could remove each other and come back stronger, which that is very common for people to do. It's like seeing your life without your partner. As I'm saying it, I will be showing some of the clips. Like I said, that video is very long.
And Brenay's divorce, it is not because of, we ain't even divorced yet, actually. We're still in the separation phase, but the damage that has been done to me throughout this whole little process is taking a toll on me. It's been driving me kind of crazy a little bit because I've been wanting to speak out about it just because the simple fact of all of this stuff that y'all see on the internet be so fake, bro. Y'all may say I never looked happy with her in the videos and whatnot, but y'all don't know stuff, nothing that went on behind closed doors or behind the camera. People don't know what I had to go through. People don't know what I had to deal with, but I'm not gonna make it seem like I didn't have my faults either. Yes, I had some ways about myself too, but I never once thought about stepping out of my marriage to go be with somebody else.
He was telling us how hurt he was. He said one night he overheard Tim and Brenay talking about getting back together. Two married people who aren't married to each other. They're married to two different people. How are y'all planning the future together if y'all both are still married? Not even legally separated. Y'all are still married and not even separated. He also said that there would be times where him and Brenay would have sex and she would call Tim to come over later that same day and have sex with him too. Yeah. He also said it was one day that they were at the park and Brenay asked him a hypothetical question. The question was, what if me and Tim decide to get back together? Her reason was because she didn't want to be mad at him anymore for sleeping with her twin sister, Corinne. And she wants to be able to move on and forgive him.
Like for my wife to sit there and tell me that she loves another man is crazy to me. You really had the nerve to sit there and tell me that to my face, that you love him and you don't want to hate him because he slept with your sister, and that you want to squash out those little feelings that you got towards him. But me trying to be understanding, I'm like, all right, go squash a little beef or whatever.
Devin is a stronger man than most because most men wouldn't turn this situation into a DV situation, probably even a fatal attraction episode. Also, Devin did state that they're not divorced, they are just separated.
And then a couple days after that, she want to hit me with she want to separate, but not to separate to divorce, but separate to better our relationship. And I'm like, we can just do that now. We haven't even tried counseling, but she feels like separation is the best way to go. And then Martin Luther King weekend comes up, and the crazy thing about that is she ain't robbing me down there. She wanted to go down to my cousin in them house again. She ain't robbing me. She had my cousin come pick her up. And in that moment, I knew what was going on. I realized I was trying to get played with. I drive down there Friday night after I got off work. I get down there, try and give her a hug and kiss. She didn't want me to touch her. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, can we at least go outside and try and talk? No. And then later on that night, she wanted to hit me with her. She wanted a divorce.
Because in North Carolina, you have to be legally separated for a year before your divorce is even granted. In this video, he also confirms what everybody has been thinking. Brenay and Tim were sleeping together and they were having an affair. Brenay and Tim started having sex in Brenay and Devin's marital home. The reason why they started having sex in their marital home was because Brenay came to him on some, whoa, oh, well, I want to start seeing other people. Whole time, he knew that she just wanted to see Tim. So he called her out on the bullshit that she was feeling and was like, you don't want to see other people, you want to see Tim. So you want to see Tim, bring Tim over to the house.
So the Saturday of that Martin Luther King weekend, we all go to this little park, and Tim and his wife is over there having a conversation, and me and Brenay having a conversation. And I ask her, I'm like, do y'all got something going on? And she asked me, how would you feel, hypothetically, how would you feel if me and Tim were to rekindle? And in that moment, I already knew, I'm like, because the night before, they was already talking about getting back together. So in that moment, I'm like, oh, I'll be happy for y'all. Not really meaning it, but it's like, I'm not about to sit there and force myself to try and fight for a relationship where you want to be with somebody else. To take it a step further, I started playing along with their game. She wanted to hit me with we get back home after Martin Luther King weekend, she hit me with she want to start bringing guys over. I'm like, nah, if you gonna be with Tim, you can bring him over. They do that. They sleep in the bed together, whatnot. She made it seem like she was gonna sleep with me, but nah, she slept with him. At that point, I just had to see it for myself to see if it was really real.
And so she did, and they started having sex. He said he never told Akira because he didn't want to be the reason their marriage broke up and their kids no longer had a father in their life, even though it was the right thing to do. He was wrong for this because he should have told that woman that her husband was cheating on her. Not only cheating on her, but cheating on her with a woman who she looked to as a best friend, who her kids looked to as a auntie. Even though at this point he would have never got through because Akira had him blocked. What I think happened was Tim started selling Brenay that dream life she has always wanted since she was about 14 or 15 years old when they first started dating. He started feeding her that dream while they were having sex, laid up.
Now I do believe she used Devin in order to get back in Tim's life because Tim is the man she really wants to be with.
After Devin posted his side, Brenay got on TikTok live and was on there riled up, angry, yelling at the camera. So Brenay states in this live that the reason she was staying at Akira and Tim's house for a week was because Devin bucked up at her 3 times and acted like he was going to hit her.
Not to be together anymore. Let's clock that T. He trying to act like he's spilling something he not. And let's talk about the time where I was there for a whole week at their crib, and let's ask why I was there the whole week. Why Brenay, how come you were there at someone else's house for a whole week? Oh, well, because Devin tried to buck up at me like he was going to hit me. Ooh, let's talk about that. He didn't do it not once, but he did it twice. Stop trying to play the victim, bro. Stop trying to play the victim like you really, when you love somebody so much. If you love me so much, why did you buck up at me like you was going to hit me? You ain't going to hit somebody that you love, Devin, correct? Why else did I leave for a week? Why else did I leave for a week, bro? Oh, okay. So let's move on.
Trying to portray him to be this violent and abusive man when everything up into this point from Devin's side is that man is the complete opposite of abusive. Because if you were sleeping with this man in y'all home, you don't think he would have put hands on you? You asking him that hypothetical question about you and Tim being together. You don't think he would have put hands on you? She never told us why he bucked up at her, even though she didn't have to tell us. But if you're gonna get on live and tell us that Devin wasn't a man, he was a boy, you had to leave the marriage and you were tired of leading. If you're gonna lead a marriage, you might as well just be single. And the hypothetical question, first she said she never said it, and then backtracking and saying, well, I don't recall that ever happening, and if it did happen, it was after me and Devin decided not to be together. Mind you, Tim and Akira are still married, still a couple. If you and Devin decided to not be together, that's okay. But for you to say it was after y'all decided not to be together and not after him and Akira decided also not to be together. She also mentioned how she tried to go to counseling with him. He didn't want to go. She even asked his mama to talk to him. The mama didn't want to talk to him. And finally, when she was done, he decided he wanted to go to counseling. This is what came out in court. I saw the transcript from I Am Not a Lawyer, but YouTube channel. You can go there, go on her live. She did day 1 and day 2. I will link it down below as well. In court, it came out that Brenay and Tim set up a scheme to get Brenay into Akira and Tim's marital home without raising suspicion. They told Akira that Devin had bucked up at Brenay and she was afraid to stay in the house with him. A hotel obviously wasn't a goddamn option. She said she couldn't go to her family house because she didn't like them. She didn't want to be around them because they treated Karen better and think she's the prettier twin. Akira agreed to let her stay with them because she had witnessed her mother go through DV situations growing up. They knew by saying that she would give in, she would be okay with Brenay coming to stay with them. As Brenay stayed with them, Akira started to become uncomfortable in her own home. Brenay was staying in the living room and it was dirty based off of Akira's testimony and text messages between her and Tim. And then some nights when Akira and the kids would go to bed early, she would wake up in the middle of the night and see Brenay and Tim in the living room up talking with the door closed. Because why are you up with my husband in the middle of the night with the damn door closed? Y'all don't need that much damn privacy. I would have took a door off the hinges. No, you ain't got no privacy. Also, Brenay would walk around with booty shorts on and no bra, not only around Tim, but also their kids. Akira asked Brenay not to wear the short shorts around her husband and the kids, and as well put on a bra. Brenay said the reason why she couldn't put on a bra was because it hurt her back. Tim and Brenay was having sex in this woman's house while she was there and also while she was at work. Akira wanted her to leave multiple times, but Tim would convince her to let Brenay stay. To cope, Akira started getting a lot of facial piercings. One day while out, she ran into her mother and grandmother. They questioned her as to why she had all the piercings in her face, and she ended up breaking down and telling them how uncomfortable she was with Brenay staying there. They offered to come over and help her, but she declined, and Akira's granny ended up coming over anyway, saw the conditions of the living room, and told Brenay she had to get out. Brenay fixes her mouth and says, "No, Tim wants me here." She would have got a 2-piece combo with a biscuit, no drink. Granny wasn't trying to hear that because her name was on the deed of the house. Without her name being on the deed of the house, Tim and Akira couldn't get the home. And she's talking about something, Tim wants me here. Tim ain't got no money to want you here. So Granny definitely did have the right to tell Brenay to get the hell up out that house. Brenay bucked up at Akira's grandma and told Akira to come get your grandma before I do something to her. Get up, let him get up, let him get up. Once again, hands and feet would have been put on that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to call her out. So Akira granny said, "Don't let this cane fool you." Obviously, the granny was ready to tear it down with Brenay at any given moment, and Akira would have had to jump in. Brenay ended up pushing Akira's grandma, and Akira's granny pushed Brenay right back. Police was called. Tim tried to put the blame on them. When the police got called, Brenay ended up leaving, and Tim ended up leaving with her. Later on, somehow, some way, Tim convinced Akira to let Brenay back into the marital home. I can't believe it, Jesus. Even though she was already uncomfortable. Fast forwarding to after she announced that her and Devin are divorced. He came out with his side, she came out with her side again. Now Brenay is on the internet trolling, wearing a T necklace in videos. When people called her out on it, she basically was like, "I just did it so I could troll y'all." Brenay and Tim ended up confirming that they're in a relationship. She started flaunting their relationship for the world to see. This was the downfall, her flaunting the relationship. She was posting more and more and more, trying to get Akira upset and mad. So 2 ways Akira found out about the affair. One day Akira went on the laptop that her and her husband Tim shared to file their taxes. On the laptop, she found 3 videos on the laptop of Brenay and Tim in her house. One of the videos was after Brenay and Tim had just got done having sex. She was professing her love, talking about how his penis made her with JJ feel, talking about how good it was and how she's so happy that they're doing this again. Second video, she was drunk, professing her love once again, talking about something she can't wait to be the Mrs. Montague and how she would give in the world, the moon, the stars, the solar system if she could. The third video was a video of her brushing her teeth in the bathroom. Tim comes up behind her. She starts twerking on this man in this woman's home.
The video you are seeing on the screen is a video that Akira found of him and Brenay on the laptop. Now with this one, I don't know which story aligns with the video that is playing, but I do know it is one of the 3 videos that was shown in court.
And he up there smacking it. So when Akira saw these videos, she felt sick to her stomach. She felt lightheaded, woozy, all of the above. When she sent them to Tim, he explained it away and got her to kind of like forgive him. He had also started down talking Brenay in the messages, talking about how dirty she is, how she doesn't clean up, she's lazy, she's this, she's that. When Tim and Brenay announced that they were in a relationship, Akira isn't on social media. So Akira's mom ended up sending Akira the stuff that Brenay had been posting. Akira went directly to the source and she asked Brenay what her and Tim had going on. Brenay was like, "He's no longer your husband," and posted a video of her and Tim on a vacation to Kansas. This is the same vacation he had told Akira that he was going on as a work trip to get either a coaching job or to try for the team. He lied to his wife to go on a vacation with his mistress.
Morning, everybody. We're excited. I had to go use the bathroom. You already know when I go sleep. Dang, hot breath, look. Hot breath. Dang, my breath hot. But you already know, every time I go somewhere, I have to go to the bathroom. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. I'm on my type of not wanting to be seen status. But it's hard not to be seen with this color hoodie on. It's also hot, and I want my legs to fry. I should have kept my band on, but I had my band on all night, so. But anyways, I'm nervous, but not extremely nervous, because I have to admit, if it was by myself, boy, I wouldn't know what to do. So, yeah, so I'm going to check back in with y'all whenever people watch me. But I'm going to check back in with y'all later, or whatever. The lace is eating. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna call y'all back and you better answer. We're in the beauty supply store.
Yeah.
Oh, you get your new some weight caps.
Sure, my grandma would be making. Excuse me.
What's it doing?
It is the next day, guys. What's the
So, Akira ended up hitting Brenay with the alienation of affection lawsuit because Tim's mother, Tamika, told her to sue Brenay. The same woman who's in court trying to justify everything. Those who don't know what alienation of affection is, it is a civil lawsuit filed by the married or formerly married person who claims a third party destroyed their marriage. Only 6 states recognize this law, and you have to meet the requirements in order to win the lawsuit. The requirements are obviously a valid marriage, genuine affection, loss of affection, and intentional acts. So that's why Brenay was hit with alienation of affection and criminal conversation. Akira asked for $3 million, and the reason why she asked for that amount was because Brenay got on the internet and told the world that she was a millionaire. When the case first got brought to the internet's attention, Brenay did have an attorney, but later asked her attorney to get off the case because she couldn't afford the attorney. Now that part is you are really dumb, because we later ended up seeing her bank statements. She definitely could afford a lawyer. After the attorney got off the case, she didn't try to go find a cheap lawyer. When everything was said and done, she represented herself on a $3 million lawsuit. She took this lawsuit as a joke. They would give her deadlines. She would not meet the deadlines, so they would give her even more time. When they originally asked for her bank statements, because it was alleging that she was paying Tim to leave his wife, she was giving bank statements but blacking out a lot of the stuff on certain dates at certain times. She also kept posting her and Tim. Mind you, you are in an active lawsuit. She would post videos of the kids' voices in the background. At one point in time, she couldn't post them anymore, so she would mention them, and then she would also get her sister slightly show the kids in the videos as if they're passing the phone around to show food. Like I said, she didn't stop posting Tim. Instead, they created a couples channel, and they got engaged at a cemetery in the middle of the lawsuit.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
In the video, she was shopping at Dollar Tree. She showed the basket with pregnancy test in there. Girl, you're digging your own grave. The more she was posting, the more she was just digging the grave, a 700-foot grave. She also ended up getting arrested on cyber stalking charges that Akira put against her. We never seen a mugshot, but as soon as Akira and Tim got arrested for contempt of court, both of their mugshots came out. In the heat of all this, people started to look at Corinne's child, who looks like Tim, and people was like, we think Tim is the baby father because the baby looks like Tim. The reason Brenay got hit with the cyber stalking charge is because it came out that she has multiple accounts stalking and harassing Akira, allegedly sending threat to Akira and her kids. She will also answer a lot of questions pertaining to the lawsuit and Akira on her Snapchat, even though she doesn't have to, but she claims that's her job. It's a video from Snapchat about her bragging how uncomfortable she makes Akira.
I make her mad. I make her very uncomfortable. I make her very uncomfortable. And it's actually hilarious.
Also referring to Akira as Tim's baby mother instead of wife because they were still legally married. She also decided to open her big mouth up once again and state how she doesn't understand why Akira wants to keep the Montague last name when that man put her through so much. She also opens her mouth up once again and says Akira should be grateful to have a bonus parent. Akira got on the internet and was like, oh yeah, my dream car is to have a 7-seater Kia. Do you know what Brenay does? She goes out and get a 7-seater Kia.
Period. Dream looks great.
It's really just so creepy at this point. Like everything she does, it's just like Akira did it, I have to do it. Akira would get a hairstyle. A couple days later, Brenay would get the same hairstyle. Akira got braids, Brenay ended up getting braids. Akira took the braids out, dyed her hair ginger. Brenay gets a ginger wig. Then people started getting on Brenay about the fake Baltimore accent. You can even see in certain videos, she be having to correct herself.
It's Vegas. You're supposed to go to casino or a club. That's literally barbecue. You gonna eat the barbecue chips? Is that barbecue? I smell barbecue. Barbecue. I know a lot of y'all was asking me like, Brenay, why do you put so much product on your face? Each product do different things.
and I don't do
because she forgot the accent, so she would have to re-say the word with the accent. In the middle of the court proceedings, one night, Black Goddess was on live with a panel of people. Tim and Brenay ended up joining the live. Even though they're supposed to have her blocked, they would keep up with everything Black Goddess was posting on TikTok about them, because Black Goddess and Alley Cat are like the main two people who were giving constant updates on the case from beginning to end, and even up still to now, because it's still cases open and pending cases that's going on between the four parties. I guess they got on this live to clear the air about certain situations or certain stuff that was being put out on the internet. Brenay is in the middle of a $3 million lawsuit. Girl, you need to close your mouth. You don't need to even be speaking, let alone on a damn live. Devin was also on this live, but in this live they contradicted themselves. If I could find the live, I would put the clips on there. When Devin got on the live, all hell broke loose. They started coming at this man, talking about he's not really like that. Tim know the real him. Bro this, bro that. That's their favorite word. And Brenay talking some big counts. Yeah, he's not even worth it. Then they were talking about some, oh, you think you all that since you lost weight? When did you get like that? You're not no real man. Yada 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 yada.
People that got so much to say, y'all.
I have a lot to say. I do. I just be talking about the court documents.
I understand.
And I see.
Right, but what makes you think that everything in there is just exactly what happened and all this is true and this and that? Because what y'all do,
The truth speaks for itself.
Exactly.
So what's the truth, bro?
Brenay, Tim, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Brenay, can I ask you as well? And don't be yelling at me, please, because I'm not. Okay. Y'all, Brenay, especially you said you can't wait till the truth come out, blah, 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 but your own court documents has been asking you a lot of things and you ain't gave nothing, like nothing. So
I didn't give what? What didn't I give?
Girl, nothing, like literally nothing.
Yes, I did, babe. I did. I turned my stuff in before I left for vacay.
You did?
I sure did.
I the court documents do belong.
No type of comment.
They did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Well, I'll wait till the new court documents come out.
And that's fine, as everybody else is going to. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Like I said,
tough stuff, just because you got a little pat on the back, you know what's up, bro. Now you ain't got nothing to say. Now he quiet.
He said he couldn't say much. Why not?
He say a lot in the videos.
Exactly.
He say a lot in the videos. Now he can't say much. It's funny. That's hilarious. Now you can't say much. Now you ain't got that much to say. But y'all run every time somebody's speaking on something, because I can only say so much. But every time somebody speak on something, y'all, and I'm speaking to everybody as a unit. I'm not directing nobody.
You know, Devin, you know what's up with me, bro.
You
know, I know you in real life, bro. I know you in real life.
He trying to act so unbothered. Like,
you forgot, I know you in real life, bro. So don't be trying to do all that tough stuff because you lost some weight. You know that don't matter to me, bro.
What does that mean, you know me in real life?
You know what it mean, Devin.
What does that mean?
Don't play with me, bro. You know how I get down.
Soft. That's your soft. That's what that means.
I'm not talking to you, ma'am. Please.
I'm sorry, Brenay. I had to mute you because I got to let Tim and Devin talk.
So at the end of the day, he know all that attention seeking. Like, bro, this the thing, bro. This the thing. If you get on the internet and make a video, oh, my wife left me for my cousin, da-da-da-da-da. You acting all sad, but then you all happy, can't wait to get divorced. Now you all so happy, but then it don't make sense, bro.
That whole live was a mess. I'm not going to lie to you. Devin, after he left that relationship, I'm showing you guys the before of Devin and then the after of Devin. When he was in that relationship, you know, he was on the heftier side. He had those dark marks under his eye. He had his dreads. He just didn't look like he kept up with himself. Once he left the relationship, he lost about 100 and something pounds. He started modeling. He got his teeth done. He cut his hair. And he looks way more confident than when he was with Brenay. With Brenay, it's the complete opposite. Brenay was smaller when she was with Devin. She was confident, happy, truly that girl in her eyes. Long nails, she was truly herself. After she left Devin and got with Tim, she got bigger. She looks happy because Tim is the man she wants to be with. You can tell she's not the same person she once was. She doesn't get the long nails anymore. She never wears her natural hair out anymore. This next segment I'm going to talk about is the court proceedings, the judgment, and then we're going to wrap this whole video up because Tim and Brenay did a recent interview with Dr. Phil, and I want to get to that video as soon as possible. Let's get into the court proceedings. In court, we found out that Tim and Akira were still having sex up into April of 2024. She stopped having sex with him when she officially found out that him and Brenay was indeed sleeping together. Akira also had found out that she was pregnant in the middle of the separation, and she ended up having a miscarriage. In court, it came out that Tim was talking crazy about Brenay in the messages, and it also was messages of him and Akira actively being in love with each other. He would confirm some messages that was attached to his number, such as like little simple messages. And then when it's extreme messages, such as him sending a D pic to her, him talking about wanting his family and wanting to put a baby in her, and how he loves his family so much, he would say, oh, well, I don't recall that ever happening, even though it was the same number attached to it. Brenay ended up cross-examining Akira on the stand, asking her questions that didn't need to be asked, because she asked her about the miscarriage. Brenay asked Akira about her new boyfriend, and she said, why, you want to take him too? They were being a little heavy back and forth. The judge did have to get on them about the little sly comments that they were making to each other. Oh, when Tim was on the stand, he was trying to fake cry, also try to claim that Akira was abusive towards him. Brenay's mom got in contact with Akira because Devin wanted to talk to her. Akira went off on the both of them, basically was taking Brenay's side and how they were treating her so bad. When everything was said and done, she unblocked Devin. Devin ended up sending her an 18-minute voice recording. He leaves with, oh, what did they tell you? The reasoning as to why she came up there to stay with y'all. She said it was because you bucked up at her. He said everything was a lie. He sent the 18-minute voice recording.
It came out in court that in 2019, Tim and Corinne slept together and they had about 10,000 text messages.
Corinne's stupid self decides to take the Snapchat and tells us that that girl made up the messages. She be making messages all the time. So you telling us that she faked 10,000 messages between you and Tim. A situation happened where Akira had got into a car accident. iPhones, I guess you could set it up where when you have a collision, it sends a emergency message to your emergency contacts. So Tim gets the alert and he came up to the hospital with Brenay, and he tells Akira that Brenay wants to pray over her with a smirk on his face. Obviously, Akira declined that because I wouldn't want that Jezebel spirit praying over me, because God knows what she would pray over me and my life and me and my kids' life. Why would I want that Jezebel to pray over me? And she was you and you my husband. Then it got to the point where they was trying to take the kids from Akira. She started panicking and being loud and getting antsy because y'all not gonna take my kids away from me. Tim did not come and check on his kids. He came up there to cause a disturbance, try to take the kids from her. Brenay ended up getting one of the kids, trying to take the kids away, and the kids were crying because their mom was crying, and it was a whole bunch of commotion. Somehow Tim's mama, Tamika, the same woman who told Akira to sue Brenay, yes, that woman, put Akira in a headlock.
Tamika is with the kid. I'm sitting in the lobby and I see Tim walk in. He comes in and he checks on me. He goes and puts a smirk on his face and say, Brenay, y'all listen to this. Listen to this. Brenay wants to pray for you. I said, why is she here? I told you to keep her away from me and my kids. He said, you're tripping. She just wants to pray. I said, I could never have somebody like her pray over me because she has ill intentions. I don't want her to pray over me and speak anything negative over me. And I don't know what it means. So he proceeded to say I was tripping. I left from out of the lobby and went to the bathroom, and I couldn't get my phone to cut on because it cracked from the impact. After that, I went outside because Tamika and her husband, Imani, were with the children. And so I was talking to Tamika and she was comforting me. And she was like, you know, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like, why is she here? I asked him not to bring her here. I asked him multiple times to keep her away from me. And it seemed as if they were trying to force her on me.
I'm going to say this because this is a very important question that a lot of people have asked. Why did Akira sue Brenay if Tim cheated before? It's because he had two different outcomes. The first time he cheated, when he was living in the college dorms, they decided to reconcile, be together, and work on their marriage. And they were good. And the only problems they had was financial. When it came to Brenay, this woman infiltrated her life, became her best friend. She would listen to all of the problems that Akira would tell her that her and Tim were having. So she took the little tidbit of information that Akira was feeding her about her and Tim problems and made a plan. And with that plan, she ended up taking Akira's husband, which you can't take nobody who doesn't want to be took. I understand that. Once he left his wife and his kids, he stopped providing for his kids, and Akira lost out on that father figure at home. He only bought them 2 outfits and I believe spent $90 on them throughout the whole separation. He is now on child support. He's trying to contest that. Akira was awarded $1.7 million for alienation of affection in criminal conversations. You can't sue your partner, you have to sue the third party. That's why she sued Brenay and not Tim. After the judgment was reached, Brenay got on the news and said that Akira would never see that money.
She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brenay's own TikToks and texts.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
The case hinged on two rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brenay Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
A couple weeks went by. Brenay and Tim decided to go on the Tamron Hall show and do an interview. Mind you, that one case is closed, but Brenay still has the cyber stalking charge case. Tim has child support, and Devin reopened his case against Tim, which I think is alienation of affection. He also has an open case, alimony, against Brenay. It's cases that's open and they're going on interviews. In this interview, the main takeaway was Tamron Hall had asked Brenay, was the love worth the money? Brenay says no, like honestly, the love wasn't worth the money. Once the audience was like, she decided to try to backtrack and was like, the love's not worth it, but Tim is worth it.
My friend.
I don't believe those two things could be true at once. Her first answer was the God's honest truth. The day that interview got released, Akira announced that she was pregnant with her third child with her new boyfriend. It was a lot of mixed feelings. Me personally, if she's happy, then it's her life, she gets to live it. Tell me why Brenay was in Akira's new man's likes all of a sudden.
What this girl was thinking. Look whose name is that. She loved the picture, y'all. This is her real page, not a fake page. This is Brenay's real page.
And then when people were in the comments calling her a weirdo, she was like, y'all trying to make it something it's not. I'm just liking a picture. I've known him for years. And back in the day, he used to like me. You didn't have to add that part. Brenay ended up filing a motion for a retrial, but it was denied. The girl did end up getting a lawyer. You should have got a lawyer first go around when you was being sued for $3 million. I forgot to mention, Tim ended up getting arrested because he ended up bringing a weapon into the courts after the lunch break. Brenay was supposed to make a payment on the judgment. This girl decides to pay $2 American towards the $1.75 million.
You are really dumb, for real.
And she got hit with $3,000 of interest. After that happened, Attorney Robbins, who is Akira's attorney, filed for a writ of execution. So that means the police could go in there and take Brenay's car. Anything that's in Brenay's name, they gonna take it to give Akira her money. Now she's up to about $20,000 of interest alone.
You're not ashamed of yourself. Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
The reason why she filed for a retrial is because she said she felt like the jury based everything off of emotions versus facts. Mind you, Akira's team had 700 pieces of evidence. I believe Brenay had less than 20 pieces of evidence. And you with the source, girl. So since Brenay wanted to be petty, Attorney Robin decided to subpoena Brenay's bank statements, unredacted. She made $25,000 in August alone. We don't know if that's like her monthly payment. $5,000 of those dollars went towards fast foods. Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Burger King, multiple times in a day within like 2 to 3 hours of each other. She also was paying for Tim's lawyer. Girl, how you paying for that man lawyer and you said you couldn't afford your own lawyer? Then she's also paying for his gym membership, dummy, on top of rent, car insurance, car note if she has one, among other things in her daily spending. Y'all know how she said earlier in the video, she was leading that marriage with Devin. Mind you, he was paying all of their bills, cooking and cleaning, upkeep with their house. Once she left that man, her house has always been dirty. Y'all, she posts this stuff and it's just mind-boggling to put this on the internet. At one point in time in her townhome, she had mice in it.
What we gotta do? I'm taking pictures. Because he's not moving. She's staring at this thing. Now she's following him. Come here. It's already open. Look. He can fake her out.
Baby, it looked like she leading this marriage versus that one. They got married on September 11th. Last thing I'm gonna say, and we're gonna end this video off, Corinne got on a live panel with a bunch of randoms and her baby daddy. She has been asking for a paternity test since the beginning of time. She's been avoiding getting the paternity test because she knows who her baby daddy is. And she also ended up slipping up and saying, well, the timelines don't even match up because I guess her and Tim's affair wasn't around the same time she got pregnant. Mind you, she has stated at one point point in time that her and Tim had never been sexually involved.
Come on now. And he just proved the point. He literally just said, well, did they ask? I don't remember what they asked him on live. They asked him like, so do you think that in your man feelings or something, do you feel like a day is yours? I think he said yes. But then I get on there, he's like, he's trying to be funny, talking about Tim. And then the timeline don't even match up. I have a 1-year-old. Before I even found out I was pregnant, she was 9.5 months, 10 months. Then I get pregnant because he was around. He was around, bro. He was around. He unblocked you right now. No, he didn't.
Marie. It's a whole bunch of dipping and dabbling. It's a lot. It's too much going on. This is pretty much all of the updates, all of the drama from beginning to end. If you guys want to see how everything got started from beginning to end, you guys can go to Black Goddesses TikTok and Alley Cat TikTok. And for day 1 and day 2 transcript of the trial, go to I'm Not a Lawyer But YouTube page. But I would try to remember to link them down in the description right down below. More of the story is be careful who you let in your life, be careful who you call your friend, and choose your partners wisely. Not even that, because that man pretended to be in love with that woman 5 years, have 2 kids with her, get her pregnant 3 times, just to turn around and say all that was a lie. And he never loved her. Just be careful out here in the streets. I just hope all parties involved move on. Once everything is said and done, when all the court cases are closed, just close that chapter of their past, start a whole completely new book, and heal. That's all I got, because these people don't stress me out.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell so you know if I want to upload for you guys. Hype up this video so YouTube could push it out. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video.
Survive in the coldest conditions. Hoes very low, they told me they spin. This is wash, soap in the dishes. I apply pressure like boa constrictors. One bitch, 2 bitch, old bitch, new bitch. None of y'all bitches not gon' do shit.